sometimes you just spend the entire game waiting. Waiting for Deathstalker Rexxar. Waiting for Zul'jin to show up. And your opponent just spends the entire game healing, building up their lethal combo. Oh look, there's Zul'jin. But kill command is all we needed. What is annoying about this game is that Zul'jin was in the last 4 cards of my deck, and Deathstalker Rexxar is in the last 3 cards of the deck, but neither were needed. Now sometimes, Zul'jin is what you need to survive and win the game. He was in hand for quite some time, and I'd played as many spells as I could, and facing down this paladin board full of divine shields, Zul'jin was my last hope. And you can see the value here. The value in terms of secrets, the value in terms of card draw, the value in terms of kill commanding your own face, of course. Of all the bloody targets he could have picked, so many on the board, he picked my face. And we have a board in play. We're still worried for our health total. I mean, he's still got quite a substantial board presence. And you've got 5 minions now with Divine Shield. That in itself is really, really scary. But Misha, for once getting Misha is a good thing instead of Huffer. Misha here, protecting us. Only 2 minions left now with Divine Shield. We have an explosive trap in play. So the majority of his board is going to get wiped. Now, maybe he sees that. Maybe he understands that, because he's being very hesitant now in terms of deciding how to attack. And he is, interestingly, deciding not to go face with that recruit. He's actually trading it in, probably because he knows there's an explosive trap. I'm somewhat confused by his decisions here, but it's allowed us to survive. That Baku does not connect with the face. Maybe he should have reordered that somewhat. I'm sure he could have found a way to get 7 damage to my face through Baku. And now this game is over. We do not even need Rockdalar. Deathstalker Rexxar, not even needed. This game is over. Just through Zul'jin. And oh look, Zul'jin's hero power can target the face. It's pretty good. So Zul'jin saving the day and taking us to rank 4. Feels pretty good. Okay, so today I'm playing Kolento's Zul'jin Hunter deck on the standard mode ladder. You've already seen me play Zul'jin on Wild, and that was using a deck by a friend of mine called Duwin, and there is a video on that from what, a week ago or so. So do check back on my channel, and you can see Zul'jin played in Wild mode. And I enjoyed playing Zul'jin so much in Wild, I thought, okay, let's give it a go in Standard mode. And this is a spell-based hunter with Rockdalar, and you've got Zul'jin and Deathstalker Rexxar as your 2 big sort of tools in this deck to help you win the game. But even before that, Emerald Spellstone to go with all of your secrets. To my side even, these cards can just be winning cards for you. They can just help you sweep to victory without even needing Zul'jin, without even needing Deathstalker Rexxar. You've got Secret Plan used in this deck. This is a card that I'm a huge fan of. I was playing it on Wild Mode and happy to play it in this standard deck as well. Discovering a secret can just give you what you need in a particular situation or a particular scenario to win the game. Let's say you have a board full of Silverhand recruits. Secret Plan can discover you an explosive trap. That could just be exactly what you need to win the game. Now, I saw Kolento playing this deck on his stream on Twitch at Legend rank, and he was doing a great job with it. It was doing great work for him. The only issue that I can see is that sometimes Zul'jin doesn't work as intended, like kill commanding your own face, playing Hunter's Mark on your own minion, discarding cards you don't want to discard through tracking. There are issues with Zul'jin, but on the whole, he's still very strong. So, let's have a look at this deck in action on the standard mode ladder, and we're going up against another Hunter. Now, Deathstalker Rexxar and Zul'jin both in hand. That's quite interesting. I think what we're hoping for now is we're hoping for some secrets that we can play. We have no secrets in hand there. That's unfortunate. Some secrets we can play early. We'll play To My Side. We'll play some Animal Companions. And then hopefully we'll draw into Zul'jin. And then we can start getting value. If we can get an Emerald Spellstone as well before we play Zul'jin, that would be even better. So that's the game plan. On standard, I've been seeing a range of different hunters. I've been seeing Death Rattle Hunter. I've been seeing just Secrets Hunter with Subject 9. I've been seeing just Spell Hunter with Rock Delar. And of course there's Beast Hunter as well, which has become popular. So Hunter certainly is being played a lot more on standard mode. I am mostly a wild mode player, and on wild mode sadly it's just a lot of Even Shaman, Big Priest, Kingsbane Rogue. At least on standard I think we're seeing more variety, and we're seeing more of the cards from Rastakhan's Rumble being played. That's a good thing. So he's playing Secrets as well. Can we assume that this is a mirror match? My hand is rather slow here. We've had no real value from Secrets yet, and that's a bit of a concern. Is it really going to be turn 6 before I can actually do something proactive? Oh look, there's a secret. And we're just going to play it. Maybe I should have waited. Maybe I should have waited for a Spellstone to arrive before playing that secret. It may just prompt him to attack here and use up a charge on his bow just to test for what secret it is. Wow. And he's got Deathstalker Rexxar on turn 5. Wow. Does that mean he does not play Zul'jin? Because usually you want to play Zul'jin first before Rexxar? Or could it just mean that he had nothing to do and Rexxar was the only proactive play? Or that he wants to develop Rexxar just to get those zombie beasts going ASAP? In theory it's infinite value, right? Generate a zombie beast every single turn for the rest of the game. And eventually get to the point where the beasts you put down are so threatening they can't be dealt with. Astounding. We have 2 deadly shots in hand. We have the Hunter's Mark. So we can survive for a bit. Never ever Huffer, right? Never ever Huffer. 2 Leox. 2 miserable looking Leox, of course. Wow, look at him go here. Baited Arrow. That is a card that I've really enjoyed playing. There's a secret, but no spellstone in hand, unfortunately. He doesn't seem happy here. He wants to hunt me down forever, apparently. And Wandering Monster there, turning out really well for him. You see, there's a secret in play there, and I have a sneaking suspicion that it is Rat Trap. And therefore, playing 3 cards in a turn would trigger that, and I don't want to do that, which is why I'm holding back here. If I'd played the Flanking Strike, I assume it would have triggered the Rat Trap.
That was a miss.
That is a 10 attack minion if you count on the Wind Fury. That is actually pretty scary. A card like that that goes unchecked, it's going to plough through the Explosive Trap and still survive. So a card like that that goes unchecked is really dangerous. Now, being cautious of Rat Trap here, oh, there's Zul'jin. We need to count how many cards we're playing each turn. Just played 2 there, we're not playing a 3rd, because that has to be Rat Trap. The question now is, when do we want to trigger Zul'jin? The longer this game goes on, the bigger the advantage for my opponent because of all of this value that he's generating from Rexxar.
Well played.
And very soon I will run out of utility spells that will help me to survive, and we'll be in a lot of trouble. So I do need to think about whether I play Zul'jin quickly, early, just to get what value I can, and see if that can push for some kind of a lethal. There's Rock Delar. Okay, so I think that Rock Delar is worth playing. We get a load of spells. I mean, I could have waited. I could have played out the other spells in my hand. But I just wanted to see what I would get now. And we make sure we don't fatigue here. Oh, sorry, not fatigue. We make sure we don't overdraw a card. So the plan, I guess, now is to play out as many of these spells as I can. And then we'll play Zul'jin very, very shortly. That's the plan. Having this 4-attack weapon is also relevant too, at this point. We need to kill the Flappy Bird. That can't be allowed to live. We have a Freezing Trap in play, which we're saving for that 3/3. Wandering Monster is perhaps reasonable too, because we've got the Spellstone in hand, so we probably want to start buffing that while we can. Again, being conscious of the Rat Trap here, so we just play 2 cards, not 3, because we're convinced that's a Rat Trap. At some point, I may just have to play as many cards as I can and not care about the fact that it could trigger a Rat Trap at some point. This is very good for him. He's playing around Freezing Trap. This is interesting. It's almost as if he's setting up Explosive here, or telegraphing it for me.
Well,
which begs the question, on the next turn, do we just trigger his secrets and then play Zul'jin? Zul'jin's value here will be pretty decent, I think. Wow, he really wants that explosive trap. And he's still not attacking with that 3-3. Wandering monster. Into explosive. Fair enough. And I've still got spell value in my hand. I've got animal companions. But I think it's good to play Zul'jin here. Just get him out now. Get the value that we can get now. No Huffer. Really annoying. And at this point, you can't see it. I have a deck tracker up. We have discarded Deathstalker Rexxar because of tracking. This is the drawback of Zul'jin and tracking. You can see there, we have, in the bottom left, we have discarded Deathstalker Rexxar. Really frustrating. So now we have to win with the cards in our hand. We have the 2 damage hero power, which we can use to target minions as well. And we have to win with this board. This is a really threatening board. And it's worth noting that... Oh god. That's... Okay, let's rephrase. We had a threatening board. We no longer have a board. He's just managed to clear it all. And that is the value from Deathstalker Rexxar, the zombie beast. He's been able to play Rexxar now, the hero power, for quite a few turns. In this game, we will never have the privilege of playing Rexxar. Can he still win, though, from 7 health? I think that's the question. We've both got a lot of cards in our hands. He wasn't able to develop anything further. Never Huffer. Let's try again. Never Huffer. Always Misha. That's really frustrating. Anyway. Surely we can win from here. If he plays a taunt, we have Hunter's Mark. We have Explosive Trap for a bit more damage. Baited Arrow can also go face. You see, that's a really important thing. So, what would he need here? Some kind of a lifesteal minion with taunt? But even then, we have the Hunter's Mark, Flanking Strike, we have Deadly Shot. And it would just seem that at 5 health, Deathstalker Rexxar here is too slow. He's really not happy. Yeah, it's over. I want to trigger the Rat Trap now. I finally want to trigger it, because we've spent the entire game playing around it, and now we finally can trigger it for him. Buff his weapon too, and then get lethal. So it was a really fun game, and I spent ages playing around that Rat Trap. Should I just have triggered it? You know, should I just have triggered it and then dealt with the 6/6 body that came out? Or was it correct to continue playing around that Rat Trap for as long as I did? That's a question to reflect on. But anyway, Kolento's Zul'jin Hunter. Really, really fun deck. Kolento was playing it at Legend rank and he was doing pretty well with it. So it's certainly an effective deck. It can certainly do positive work on the standard ladder. I think the only drawback of playing this deck is that Zul'jin can just discard cards for you that are really important because of tracking. As you saw in that last game, discarding Deathstalker Rexxar was really, really painful. But in the end, it didn't matter because we still won the game. what would happen if we took out one copy of tracking from this deck and replaced it with something else? What if we put in a copy of Crushing Walls, for instance? On the version of Zul'jin Hunter that I played on Wild Mode, courtesy of Duwin, that deck played Crushing Walls, and having Zul'jin replay Crushing Walls on a board that, let's say, has 4 mana 7/7 Sea Giants, Things from Below, courtesy of Even Shaman, Crushing Walls is really, really good. So on Wild against Big Priest, it's also pretty good, I guess. So not so sure about the standard mode meta because I don't play it as much, but maybe it's something that I could try out perhaps. So thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you're all having fun with Zul'jin. I'm having a blast with him. I think he's brilliant, and looking forward to playing more Hunter in the weeks ahead. So, if you enjoyed the content, please do the usual. Please give me a little like and a subscribe, and I'll see you all again very soon for more standard or wild mode fun.